Don't do it. It's hoedown time. Yee-haw!
Morning.
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah. Am I doing the welcome back to the Two Fat Fathers podcast with me, Skinny Daz?
Say what?
And that fat ginger cunt over there who bangs on at me all the time about doing this. And look at him. Fucked. Out of order. His fucking idea. His fucking podcast.
Oh, it's been a long day, Dad.
Look at the state of it. Long day. What have you done?
I've been at work, mate, in a hot, sweaty office
Yeah,
with
to
no
be fair.
aircon, full of fucking wankers.
Wow, you want to hope they don't watch it, get caught calling them names, you end up in trouble, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's never happened though, so we're alright.
And they don't know which job I'm on about.
No, that's true. Could be the ice cream man you drive around and sell sweets to kids for cheap.
Yeah. What
I
else?
don't know anything else you do, mate, to be fair.
Yeah, I can't tell you, mate.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
Not that interesting.
Anywho. What the fuck?
Groundskeeper
How you
Willie.
How you been this week anyway, meow mucker?
Same old, mate.
Good.
Tip top.
Oh, mate.
Can't
To
complain.
have your life. To have your fucking life, mush.
Well, it ain't all fucking flowers and rainbows, is it? But I'll make the best out of it, right?
I know, you've got a very good positive attitude, and I love it, mate, honestly. I wish I had it.
I have to. If I didn't,
mate.
fucking hell.
So let's get bang on straight into it.
Alright, what's pissed you off this week? What?
Roll the clip,
Oh.
motherfucker. Get on.
Now it's time for What's Pissed You Off?
Yeah, go on then. What's pissed you off then, Daz?
I don't know. I forget there's a clip that you do. So I just ask. What's pissed me off? No, I don't. No. Nothing really. I'll be honest, nothing. The heat, maybe, because I'm too fat for it.
Yeah, the trouble is, right, I'd love to say it pissed me off, right? But I much prefer it than being cold and wet.
I don't mind it being hot. It's the humidity kills me. Hate it. It's like we've had to wait till 11 o'clock at night to film this, just to have a window open and it'd be cool.
And it still ain't even cool.
No, I've got tit sweat,
sweating
ball
up.
sweat. My nuts are stuck to my fucking thigh again. I can't actually. That's pissed me off. I can't tell you how many times walking, I have to sidestep to unleash my bollock from my thigh.
Yeah, no, I feel that, man.
Women think they've got issues. They will unless they've got like a really saggy fanny. They will never ever understand the fucking pain we have to go through about just all the time unsticking the fucking things from your leg.
And then you get like, oh, stop playing with your bollocks.
Especially when you walk
can't-
past a school.
Bruh.
I don't often do that.
You drive past in your van.
Come on, kids.
Wow.
Come and get your sweets. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
Well, this is kind of linked to what the subject might be.
Go on.
I can't say it's really pissed me off, but I was embarrassed. Fucking sports day.
Did the dad race?
Nah, they didn't have one. But I will say one thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Read on the old social media that in another local school, a fight erupted with the dads because of the competitiveness.
Yeah, because there ain't none anymore.
And that's a shame.
It's terrible. It's shit.
I've
It's
always-
shit.
Like, a part of me is like a bit embarrassed in that because I'm fat and whatnot, but I think I still would like to enter because I think I'd smash it.
You think you can do a lot of things.
Yeah, quite right.
I just watched you put
But-
that tie on and you fucking got out of breath.
Still am.
Yeah. Recovering.
But anyway, so I can't. It's not pissed me off. I was slightly embarrassed. Got fucking dog ear and math. But
We've been doing to that dog.
God, I don't know. It's probably when I put my shirt on. Anyway, so I had like these multiple activities and that they had to do little sack race. What else was there? Little hopping race, small activities. Yeah,
Yeah.
spoon race, whatever. And then it got to the main
event.
the sprint. Right. Now this is something I'm very passionate about, Daz.
More passion, more passion, more passion.
And we're touching
Sprinting.
Yeah. So, subject this week is schools. But I'll go into that in a sec.
Okay.
So the main event, sprint. I was buzzing for this, passionate about
Passion.
it. Like I said, I'll get involved in this in a sec. Anyway, the process was they call the names of the children that are racing. Just call their names.
Mm-hmm.
On your mark,
marks,
get set.
go. Right. That's the instruction. Anyway, they've all lined up. And I had a little pep talk with stepdaughter. I'm like, right, I only raise winners. If you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
You better fucking win. Anyway, her name's called out first. Off she goes. By herself. Does the whole sprint by herself.
Right.
Everyone's shouting, stop, stop, go back. Because it wasn't on the command of on your marks, get set, go.
Well, she won
'Cause they
though.
Did she?
Yeah.
Bruv, honestly, she was just like sprinting across this field. And I was like, yeah, go on. But I was like, oh my God. And everyone's shouting, go back, stop. It's like, do you know what it reminded me of? Forrest Gump.
My name's Forrest Gump.
Well, yeah, do you know, like, he was like this fast runner. And you ever seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the American football and that, he's like running and then they got to have signs to tell him to stop.
Yeah, yeah.
She was gone, mush, straight to the end.
Well, at least she gave it everything, eh?
And then she gets marched back, skipping back. It's quite funny. Anyway,
On your
the
mark,
get set, go.
Terrible.
Yeah, she got the ump, mate. Just
Poodled.
poodled along.
Yeah,
And
done
then
it.
skipped across the finish line.
Well, as long as she enjoyed it. She's only little, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, 5 years old.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to
Bless
my
her.
kid's first sports day. And I remembered it like our sports days when it was actual races. And long jump, triple jump.
Yep.
What else you used to do? The 100, 400. I didn't, others did. But there was like, it was competitive
Shot
sports.
put.
But you, yeah, you used to do all that, didn't you, as well? It was like track and field, wasn't it?
Yeah. Athletics.
That's it. And I got there and they were throwing a Nerf ball.
Mm.
Who could throw the Nerf ball the furthest? But it wasn't even who could throw it the furthest. It was who can get it past the red beanbag 3 yards in front of them. Kids are fucking lenging it like 15 yards, mate. Gone. Oh, well done, you won. And I was like, all right. Obviously, got twins, different classes, so they like circuit opposite each other.
Yeah.
So I'm with one, Tanya's with another, and we swap over. And I had two of the proudest moments of being a dad at this sports day. They didn't have egg and spoon. They had tennis racket and tennis ball. Balance the ball on the racket. Run 10 yard, come back. All these kids trying to balance the ball and it's fucking going everywhere. Not my Callie. Had a little triangle bit in the racket.
Yeah.
You put it there, held it with her thumb, give it fucking legs all the way up, all the way back, done it.
Love her.
I was
Love
like, brilliant, mate, that's using your initiative, well done. And then it got to the end It was the big race like you were talking about. And it was around the whole field, which I'm guessing is like 400 metres, maybe. And they said, if you want to do it, you can, but you don't have to. Now, Layla's gone, well, I ain't fucking doing it. Only like 7. She said, I ain't. So what? And Callie's like, no, I want to do it. Come on, Layla, do it with me. And Layla's like, no, no, no. I said, I'll tell you what. You both do it, and I'll give you both £5 at the end. Just because one wants to do it, won't do it without the other. And,
Yep.
I said to Kat, because Callie's very sporty. She loves her activities, her running. She plays football and all sorts. I had a little word with her. I said, Callie, do me a favour. Make sure Layla finishes because it's in front of all of her friends. Callie's, alright, no worries. They shout go, all these other kids run off. Callie grabs Layla's hand. Come on then. And they both just run round together.
No.
And I was like, fuck, it chokes you up a little bit, like when you see it. Because I was like, yeah, she loves her sister. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
First thing when they cross the line, 5 up. You pair of pricks.
Love 'em.
Nothing's changed with them. But yeah, no, it was nice. It's nice to see. But Sports Day isn't the same as when we were at school. But then again, I guess not a lot is the same.
No.
Been a long time.
And that's kind of why I wanted to discuss schools, right? I wanted to talk about what it was like when we went to school, what we enjoyed, what we didn't, and what's changed. Obviously, you're a father and you've seen the schools now. It's very, very different. Like
Shit.
even from when
It's shit
I've
now.
gone. So we'll start off by: did you enjoy school?
Yeah.
What,
Did.
both primary and secondary?
From what I can remember of primary, I don't think I disliked it. I think I just did it. I think it was just a go to school.
I really.
Do you know what I mean? I don't really remember much from primary. My kids go to the same primary school I went to.
Yeah.
I don't really remember much of it. I remember playing for the school football team. About it, really.
Were you any good?
Best there was.
Really?
Where I honed in my managerial skills from a young age.
Oh, really?
Mate, I'm the Jose Mourinho of grassroots. All jokes aside, I actually think I'm really fucking good at what I do. And you got to be like that.
You do. And, you know, I'm a bit the same. You know, you got to be competitive. You got to think you're the best. You got to be the best.
No, I agree.
So for me, love primary school. Hated secondary school.
Really?
Hated it.
Oh, I loved it. I fucking loved it.
Why did you like it?
I think I like it more now, the idea of being there. Does that make sense? But at the time, I went to 2 secondary schools.
Yeah.
The first one got burnt down twice in the same year. I think it was petrol bombs. Targeted the canteen for whatever reason. But I loved it because I was with my mates all the time, every day, just doing what I wanted to do. I'm not stupid, so learning wasn't hard. The subjects that I wanted to pay attention in, I did, and the ones I didn't, I got kicked out of. But I took it as, well, alright, fair enough. Waste your time, waste my time. What's the point? May as well just go and do something else for an hour. But I was never, I think I was never scared of getting in trouble, but I wasn't really in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wasn't a dickhead. There's some right little cunts out there. I weren't one of them.
There was.
I was just, fuck it, enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. You're around girls your own age. You're with your mates. Start drinking at, I don't know, 13.
Yeah, I did that, but I didn't do it with my school friends.
No?
I had a better scene down the skate park.
Out of school.
Out of school, I had a better friendship lot.
Did you have like one friend group and that was you?
See, I was one of these kids, certainly in secondary school, where I know. I was like kind of in with the popular group, but I'd go and sit with the nerds.
Yeah.
I was just. I think I found school difficult, as in, I found it hard to learn.
Yeah.
To start with, I really struggled with learning, and I don't know. I've got the attention span of a gnat, so like if I'm not interested, I ain't doing it,
I was exactly the same with that. That's why I would leave.
mate. Like fucking design technology woodwork class. He was getting everyone to like build fucking boxes with hinges and that.
Yeah.
Every fucking lesson I'd go there, fucking build a ramp,
Yeah.
BMX ramp,
Yeah. Yeah.
take it out at lunchtime, jump down some stairs.
Yeah.
But I think I'm all right at woodwork now. You know, I'm not a fucking carpenter. do
Nah,
get
you
me?
ain't no chippy, but you can put a nail in a wall.
I can build stuff.
I wouldn't have you build decking for me.
Bruv, when I built a posh bit of decking, I did.
Well done.
Thank you. Really good as
Oh,
well.
I don't doubt it.
But all that started from a young age with us. Remember, we used to get
Yeah.
all the scrap and that.
Yeah, of course.
Start building quarter pipes up the bins.
I think it's just a transferable skill, isn't it? That sort of crap that we did. I'm just trying to think. It sounds really. I love doing maths. I loved my maths lessons because we had a teacher. I could say his name. He wouldn't listen anyway. Well, he was a bit of a cunt, but his name was Mr. Moody, and he was a fucking
I remember-
moody cunt.
I think I even remember that name. You telling me that name?
Because he
Swear to God.
honestly, this was in the school up north, and his way of teaching, it worked. You could go to all these classes with all these dinlows and fucking spastic kids and all that dribbling, wouldn't do fuck all, throw chairs out the window. You get in his room, bang down, sit down, shut up, do your work. That's what you're doing. Quality.
We had one teacher like that, and it was we're all fucking around in the lesson, and she went, "Shut the fuck up and listen." I'll tell you what, you listened because she got to your level because she knew we were swearing and that.
Spoke to you like an adult.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how you wanted to be
Inclusive.
treated. Yeah, exactly.
and then I'll tell you what. I remember going in this first lesson, sat down that we were all like fucking around, throwing shit, paper planes, all this bollocks. And then she just went, "Shut the fuck up and listen in." And everyone's like, "Oh, she just swore. Oh my God, she swore."
Did you have a really
But you
fit
like that?
teacher?
Mate, I had quite a few, yeah.
There was always a couple, wasn't there? I remember one we had when I was at Bishop. I don't remember her name, but we had a trip to Fort Park. We went on Tidal Wave 13, 14 times in a row. She was wearing a white t-shirt. She must have, we would have been 13, 14.
She knew.
Oh, of course she did.
Pedo.
But still. But yeah, there was a few.
Mate, I had like fantasies of my form tutor, right?
What was his name?
And so in our little tutor group, she had like a little. It was in a science lab, but she had like a little storage cupboard. Oh God, the things I thought about. I was thinking, how can I stay in this after form class is finished? I can get her in there.
Just get my Corey out.
As if she's want to go with some fucking nerdy little fucking long-haired ginger twat.
Mate, some of them do. Do you know, I watched the thing the other day on his teacher, and she was sleeping with one of her students, and he was like 14. But she weren't like any teachers I had. She was a salt. And I'm like, where was she when I was at school?
I swear teachers are younger these days as well.
Yeah,
I know loads of teachers are like...
But is that just because we're older?
Maybe, yeah.
Like parents' evening. Which teacher do you want that one? I ain't going to that fucking troll. I'd always have a little chat.
Yeah, man, it's so weird. I'm not going to say. I can't. I've got to be careful what I say because, like, my missus has caught me out a couple of times where she's listening to a podcast. I'm like, what?
I didn't say it.
Yeah,
it's-
nah.
I get it.
I don't mind talking about old school, but I ain't talking about new times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get that.
But I actually really like primary school, and that's so. And I feel like now I'm older, I can relate a bit to. That sounds really daft, but Ian Wright. So you know that teacher?
Thought he was dead.
Yeah, that story.
Yes,
I love
incredible.
that. Chokes me out, that one.
That's when I
But,
watch it. I think, wow, the impact some random bloke can have in your life.
Yeah, and
Incredible.
I feel like my teacher did. I wasn't good in school, like I said, learning. But what I did excel in was sports. I was fucking phenomenal. Like, you remember when I was younger?
Yeah.
I was like the fastest runner in the school. I was like the best football player in the school. I was winning everything, and it's how I was brought up by my dad. Like,
Yeah.
always win sort of thing. I went to like district for cross country for 100 meters and that. But this guy, I don't know, he just felt like he cared about me.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely had teachers like that as well.
And I just felt, it sounds really weird and corny and a bit paedophilic, but it wasn't. But I just felt loved by him.
Would you like to go for a beer with him today?
Now, 100%.
Yeah.
I wish I could find him. Honestly, I've tried. Trouble is, I'll tell you his name. His name was Dan Smith.
The teacher.
How the fuck am I going to find a Dan Smith?
Yeah. I don't know.
Millions out there. He was a legend. And he, like, you know, he was like a bit of a hippie, but loved the sport. He, like, wrote songs, funny songs.
Yeah,
that he would, like, playing on acoustic guitar. He'd write plays. Fucking legend. But he, like, really pushed me for my football.
Yeah.
And, like, it took me places. Although I have got a grudge on him. I'll tell you why.
Go on.
So, in playing football for him, I think I was on, I don't know, 16 goals in 4 matches. Right?
Cool.
I'm sure you.
Playing some good teams.
I was just a shit hot striker, boy. Anyway.
No offsides back then.
I said to everyone in the team and him, I said, when I score my 20th goal on the 5th match, I said, I'm going to do the worm across the entire fucking field.
He's feeling it now! Easy worm! Easy worm! The worm from Scotty Too Hottie! To McIntyre!
Sure enough, I fucking scored my 20th goal on the 5th match. Early doors as well. Early doors. There was at least like 70 minutes, well, whatever. That perspective. 3/4 of the game left. Fucking, sure enough, ball goes in. I run straight to the opposite end and I committed. The fucking worm. Honestly, it took me about 5 minutes. But I fucking did it because I said I'd do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, got to the other side. I'm like, yes. He goes, ref.
Sub.
Bent off. I said, you fuck. I didn't swear at the time, but I was like, you joking? I'm like the best player. And he's going, well, you got to give all the other kids a chance. I'm like, fuck the other kids. Let me get 25 goals.
I don't like that mentality. There are coaches now and managers now at our age managing 20-year-olds. And some of these 20-year-olds, I only got 10 minutes. Yeah, because that's because you're not as good as the other person in your position. Get better, go and play for a shitter team. And some managers are like, oh, you've got to give everyone minutes. No, I don't. It's as simple as that.
Put them on. Put them on if you're playing a janky old team.
No, not even.
For 10 minutes.
So I've given people 30 seconds before to prove a point. I put them on and taken them straight back off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If they moan and moan and moan and moan, and then it starts to get a bit... I don't take things personal at football. A lot of my friends play for me, like close friends. Whatever they say to me in that match, if I fuck it up, I fuck it up. Or if I call them a cunt and tell them they're shit, or they fucked up, or they've wound me up, by the time it's all done. You go to the pub, you have your beer, and everything's back to normal. But sometimes you get these players come down and they think they're fucking something, and they just ain't. And they'll cry and cry, and so you got to prove a point. When it's cold, windy, rainy, you leave them on the bench, and then you see your opportunity. You sub them on. They kick the ball once. Ref, take them back off. There you go. You've had your minutes. Now you got to pay me a tenner. Well done. No, or what they could do is come to training, understand how the team's playing, the phases of play, the patterns, and once they get off their arse and they're willing to learn and actually try, and not, it's a team game, right? Some of them think it's all about them, and that fucks me off. And they're the people that I'm like, all right, cool.
Anyway, another question for you.
Go on.
Did you ever get suspended?
Yeah. I
What
got
did you get
kicked out.
suspended?
Right at the
Did
end.
you?
Yeah, right at the end.
What? Here or up?
Up.
Go on.
But it was an accumulation of shit. Right? I wasn't necessarily naughty, but I'd always get caught because I was fucking unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Just unlucky. And when I moved up there was a teacher, and he was a bellend, Mr. Jansen. I don't know your first name, but you were a cunt, mate. He fucked me off because he'd wear this 3-piece suit, and he had little man syndrome, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And even from a young age, as soon as I got there, I thought, you're a dickhead. Like, you're actually a dickhead. And he'd always catch me. If ever I'd done something wrong, he was there. And that's probably why I didn't like him. He's probably a really nice guy, but probably not. And we were out, it was like break time or something. And I thought it'd be funny that we had the thing called the quad. Square in the middle. Used to go there and have a drink and whatever. After you've had your fag. And someone, it weren't me, threw an orange. I opened it up, threw it, and it fucking whopped him right on the back of the head. Everyone else went quiet. I thought it was funny. So I'm laughing. But you know when you're uncontrollable, gone, I was in hysterics. And he just straight at me. And he come and got me, grabbed me by my shoulder, like my jumper or whatever. He said, right, you're going to my office, I'm going to ring your father. I thought, fucking hell. Not again. That was the first one. I got a bollocking. I got a couple of days for that. Went back. I had to go and see him. So I had to report to him every day on a report, innit? And I had to get it signed by every teacher to say that I'd been to the lesson. I hadn't been disruptive.
Yeah.
But if I...
In your planner.
Yeah. No, mine was separate. It was its own fucking book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Naughty kid.
And then I had a music lesson. Now, the music teacher loved the girls. They'd all sit at the front. And because I didn't get to pick my subjects at this school, because I joined like halfway through year 10 or whatever, I had to do it. And she'd like seriously, you'd walk in, she'd right, you lot go and sit in the corner over there and then I'll teach this lot. And that's literally how it was. And I said to her about being sexist. And she kicked off. She got the all the while I was playing with all the keyboards and making noises while she was talking and throwing stuff at the drum kit like your pen and trying to wind it up. She kicked me out. I went out and it was near the end of the lesson, like last 5 minutes. Everyone else comes out and it's all like a crowded area. There's like 4 or 5 classrooms all round and it's this tiny little bit and you've got to get out. These 2 little year 7s start having it out. They're going at it. Yeah, one was called, I think he was called Carrot because he was just fucking ginger, like proper ginger. And everyone just knew this poor little kid as Carrot. And he was tearing into this young kid. And I thought, I could stop that. So I got the fire extinguisher off the wall and sprayed them. And as I turned around, who's fucking stood there? Mr. fucking Jansen. And I was like, uh-oh. Fuck. So, put it down, go to his office, rings my father. I then get... Because to me, getting suspended was like a gift.
I'm off, innit?
Yeah, I got 3 days off. What you can do? Nothing. Chill out. Yeah. They spoke about that and decided to have me in the school in a exclusion room. There's a fucking get up moth or something.
Isolation.
That's it. So I was in there, and there was a teacher called Mrs. Bevan. She was Welsh. She was on the large side. This does have something to do with it. I'm not just targeting her. Her phone rings, and the ringtone was White Flag by Dido.
Dido, yeah.
Right. And she says, oh, don't worry about it. It's just my Dido. So I said, you're what? Yeah, I said, you're what, miss? Done. That was it. Phone out, gone. This was like coming up towards study leave.
Yeah.
And they said that it wasn't fair leaving me in the school when kids are supposed to be studying for their GCSEs. Because I was too much of a distraction. Right?
Mm.
So I got kicked out, and my father said I was 15, coming up 16 or whatever, or I don't know, I can't remember if I was just turned or just coming up to. And he said, well, when your school hours are on, you don't go out, blah, 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 blah. I thought, nah, bollocks. I'd already left. Got my first job in the factory.
Yeah.
Everyone else was still at school. I got my own flat as we were leading up to the end of school, GCSEs. I had to pay £37.50 to do each of my exams. I had 9 of them. And my head of year said if I don't pass 6 or 7 of them out of the 9, I couldn't go to prom. And I was on at prom.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
A little promise. And I wanted the promise. So while I was working full time, studying, paid for my exams, got 9, I got 1B, 1A, 7 C's, something like that. I even passed music.
Say what?
Done a minimalist piece. Some bird in there helped me out. I can't remember her name. One of the pupils, and she was like, just press a key every 30 seconds and do it for 3 minutes. Press like 8 keys or whatever. That counts as a minimalist piece. I got a pass on that cunt.
You fucking joke. I wish I'd done music now.
And then you had to do a second piece, and I learned how to play In the End, Linkin Park on the piano.
Fuck off, really?
Easy, mate. So easy. You look it up, I promise you. It's like 8 keys.
Hey, I'm going to start calling you Mozart.
Oh, wait, well, you know, I am the best. But yeah, so I done all that. Went to prom. Had fun. I won Class Clown of the Year. I was in the paper. Buzzing, I was. Highlight for me, that. And then I went back to work. Lived in the flat, and then, yeah. That was it.
I got suspended a few times. I never got kicked out. Don't know why. But I got suspended a few times.
I think it takes the school longer to kick you out permanently, like all the paperwork and all that shit. So that's why they put me on extended study leave.
Bruv, I'll tell you why they didn't. Funding, mate.
Mm.
You're still associated with that school.
No,
they
that's
get
true.
cash money for you. 100%. I got suspended for... First time I got suspended, went to food technology, right? Make a cake, right? So I made this big fat chocolate cake.
Get up, Augustus Gloop, or whatever his name was. No, what was the geese's name off Matilda? Bruce Bogtrotter.
Bruce Bogtrotter.
That's you.
Yeah, I weren't back in the day, though. I weren't a fat kid. I'm just a fat adult. Anyway, so everyone... At lunchtime, I snuck into the food tech because it was like stored in the food tech for whatever, the room. So I snuck in there, got this fucking big chocky cake. Don't ask me why. But I went to like the boys' toilets round the corner, and I just fucking darted this cake up against the wall. Splat! Big chocolate cake all over the wall. Right, come out, went to my lesson, or like fucked around in lunch and then went to my lesson. Anyway, there was like, they were asking who's threw this chocolate cake up against the wall. Blah 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 blah. Nah. Check CCTV. Bang. Ginger kid walks out.
Why'd you do it?
For that. I don't know, laugh.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I get that one. Yeah.
Done that. I got put in isolation for this. I had like a little bit of a Malteser war with one of the geezers in my class and that. And he like pelted one at me and it hit me. And then I fucking darted one back. He's ducked down, bosh, straight in the back of the teacher's head. Got fucking sent in isolation for that. I was then, I got put in isolation for a fight in a corridor with this chappie. Don't ask me why I got in a fight, but we just got in a little bit of a scrap. Quite enjoyed it. And then the other time I got suspended was, this was funny. So I was like bullied by a group of people for a long period of time.
What were their names?
I was like, I can't remember. Can't pronounce them.
Oh. Where'd you go?
And Budaba. So yeah, we're in the corridor and that, and like he barged past me, and he started giving it large to me, and I just, and this is God's honest truth, I just went, fuck off, your mum. He goes, what'd you say about my mum? And then like there was other lads there, and they're like, oh, his mum's dead. And then he got in my face and just went, say it again. I went, your mum. And then I just cracked him straight in the chin, busted all his fucking face open. Yeah, suspended for that, for fighting. But one good thing come out of it.
Stop getting bullied.
Correct.
Yeah.
I turned into a bit of a shit after that.
Yeah, because you get a bit about you, didn't you?
Yeah. And I wasn't. I was scared of like violence and confrontation in schools, and then like because I got hit in that, and then but after punching someone and actually doing some damage, I was like, wow,
Got a bit.
like I can get hit and it don't hurt me, and I can actually punch someone and hurt someone.
Yeah, no sense,
And then
no
it-
feeling.
True that.
Mhm.
True that. But then it got out of hand. But it was too late at that point.
Yeah.
Because I was like the end of my schooling.
Did you get bullied a lot at school? Like for a long period of time?
Yeah.
Or was it over like years sort of thing?
Years, yeah.
Yeah, I'd moved away at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Mm.
But yeah, no,
I
it's
don't remember ever getting bullied. I didn't bully anyone. I'm not like, I wasn't that kid. I don't like it. I never got bullied though. As far as I can remember.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This I'm sure I've told you. Excuse me.
Shit.
No. Well, yeah, I did, but didn't follow through. Anyway, so that kid I whacked and busted his face up. A few years later, I was in town walking. This is so funny. I was walking with my girlfriend. She goes, I'm just going to go in, new look or whatever. All right, seeing a bit, love. And then I bump into one of my mates, like skate park mates, and we're chatting away. Anyway, that kid who I whacked comes up to me with his dad. And his dad goes to me, did you punch my son in year whatever? I said, yeah, I think so. And he fucking headbutted me.
Shut up.
Pikachu, use headbutt!
His fucking dad headbutted me.
No.
Just middle of town, headbutted me. Cracks me right in the nose. And I was like,
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
that's weird.
Yeah.
And then he goes, Did that hurt? I went, yeah. He goes, good. And then walked off. Swear to God, fucking old man headbutted me. Because I punched this.
I can't fathom that.
Bruv, I couldn't believe, I was so in shock. It didn't hurt, but I thought, oh, if I say no, he's going to do it again.
Yeah.
And so he walked off, and I just looked at my mate and go, what the fuck just happened? And we both just started laughing. It was fucking ridiculous.
It is weird. I remember, I've never had that. But I have been headbutted and thought, the fuck was that? You were there.
Was I?
Yeah, we were in town. RSVP. Yeah, the other punch bag.
Yep. Big fan of that.
Stood there, and I wasn't even doing. This is what I'm saying. Like, I never went out to cause trouble. I've never been that sort of person, but it always fucking found me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember being stood there, and there was these guys just like whacking the punch bag, and I was like, yeah, you're hard. Whatever, because it's a stupid thing to put in a fucking nightclub. Don't care what anyone says. That's fucking stupid.
You're asking for trouble, aren't
yeah.
you?
And this geezer, I'd never met him. I don't think I've ever seen him again in my life. He just starts chatting to me. I must have been waiting for someone to come downstairs or come back from the toilet or whatever.
Toilet, yeah.
And I was just talking. He just starts talking. You know, in a night out, you've had a few beers, chatting, and his mate is like stood here, like right on my side, and he's just fucking staring at me. And he's got fucking glasses on, and that's all I remember. Talking to this guy, just having a genuinely nice chat. There was nothing, and then he just headbutts me in the cheek. This fucking geezer with glasses
Out of nowhere!
and I looked at this fella. I thought, that just happened. You know, when you're like, is he actually just? I thought, fuck you. So I just put one on him, and that's the night that it all went into the street. Do you remember? We spoke about that before on the podcast.
Oh, what, with Aaron?
That's how, it all ended up on the road. So I don't know whether your brother had said something to this bloke or whatever happened. I don't know. Looking back on it, it could have been a multitude of things, couldn't it? But I just thought, what the fuck has just happened? Because I say it didn't hurt. I'm not trying to be like, ugh. But he must have missed, and he just sort of just went, just like...
Peck on the cheek.
And I thought, the fuck? Alright, have that then. And then that's when it all got close to the pub watch stuff and that.
Yeah.
And I remember getting a phone call from the bar manager, Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, Darren, if you're about, can you pop in? Fucking hell, alright. And I went, and he said, look, the guy on this CCTV is wanting to press charges because it was going to go, because something to do with Kingsley wanted the footage, because he was the one that put on him on Pub Watch, wasn't he? He was like the main doorman after Ricardo fucked off.
Yeah.
I used to get away with murder with Ricardo, but Kingsley weren't having it.
We all did.
Yeah, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Anyway, he says all we can see on the camera is this, like, come and have a look. And where the camera is, it shuts off where the toilets were. And all you see is this guy headbutt me. And because I stepped, I'm out of camera. And you just see him fucking hold that. His glasses come off. Then he says, I've still got the glasses. All right, what do you want me to do with them? Oh, I thought you was going to give them back to him.
Huh?
I said, what? He said, you know him. I said, I don't fucking know him. He said, you do? It's this person's boyfriend. And I was like, I know that person. He was like, yeah, that's her boyfriend. And I was like, oh. So I took his glasses, messaged her on Facebook Messenger. So I got your fella's spectacles on me if he wants them. And we drove round and dropped him around his house. He didn't come out.
That is so fucking weird.
But it was just it was so fucking surreal have I just been headbutted to, there's your glasses back, like, on a Wednesday? But you know, like, you don't mean to get in trouble.
Yeah, mate, I know.
But it does follow you.
At one time, this is a time the only other time I've been headbutted. I was in Yates, right? Just on the, and it was just me and my missus at the time, and we were literally dancing on the dance floor, just boogieing away, you know. I had the dad dance when I was fucking 18.
Yeah.
Anyway, all of a sudden, I don't remember touching anyone. I've been facing my missus the whole time, and I get fucking shoved in the back where your head goes back, like that. I've turned around, and the geezer's just done a fucking headbutt, like a flying headbutt, right? And I've gone back a bit. I'm like, fucking hell. What the fuck was that? It was like a fucking freight train hit me. And I obviously got the amp, so I fucking smashed my glass down. I'm like, who the fuck was it then? Ripped my shirt off. I'm like, fucking, where is he? Where is he? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like trying to find it. Apparently he just scarpered, headbutted me and just left.
It's such a weird fucking thing to do.
And it didn't hurt, but I've gone outside and like my missus was crying. She's like, fucking hell, Ben, what the fuck's going on? I said, I don't fucking know. I said, anyway, let's go back in. She's like, what? Are you mad? You can't go in. I said, what do you mean? So, partly I didn't have a shirt on. Second of all, didn't realise he broke my eye socket and nose.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I had like a golf ball under my eye, protruding. And yeah, my nose was all busted and bleeding, but I didn't really realise because I was like in
adrenaline, pissed up.
Hulk smash
Yeah.
mode. She was like, I think you better go home. So I went home and it's weird, I remember it, but I went in and like, you know, our houses, stairs directly to you. So I've gone in and threw my fucking keys down. My dad's come down and he's looked at me and goes, what the fuck happened to you? He's like, who is it? Come on, let's go and fucking get him.
Did he go?
Yeah. Well, I said, oh, how the fuck do I don't know him. I said, we're going to be looking for someone I don't know. He goes, fucking hell. He goes, what happened? I said, I don't know, this guy's just fucking headbutting me for no reason. He goes, fuck off, Ben. People don't just headbutt you for no reason.
They fucking do.
They fucking do indeed. I didn't do nothing.
It must have been that era. I don't know. There was a lot of dickheads about. There's always a lot of dickheads about.
What I put it down to, right? I'm not proud of it, but I think when you get into scraps, you get
you get a name.
You get a name.
Of course,
it fucking follows you. People fucking start on you because
they want to beat the man. Yeah.
I remember going into pubs. Me and Aaron walk into a pub.
Game over.
Right.
Because Aaron's there.
But honestly, the doorman always used to say, oh, look, it's the fucking Cray twins again.
Yeah.
And I hated that. Like, every time I went into a pub, bar, oh, Ben, please no trouble tonight. I'm like, mate, I don't fucking start it.
Nah, you used to get so pissed sometimes, though.
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Wrong guy.
No. I've seen you in some states. You slept in some random's house once. And then you were like, well, when they woke you up in the morning, you must have invited me in. And he's like, no, get out.
No, it didn't. It didn't go like that, trust. I'll tell you the story right now. I literally told it the other day as I drove past it for the old granddad's birthday.
Yeah.
But I was telling the story as I drove past it. So, I just finished Navy training. 10 weeks of training.
Yes, you had.
Yep. I then gone out to town, got fucking bent up. Drunk. I can't drink as much as what I used to because I was obviously a bit lighter, a bit fitter, and wasn't drinking as much. Anyways, I don't remember the night. I don't remember how I got in this house. But I remember waking up like this. And a guy going, who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing in my house? Who the fuck are you? I'm like, whoa, mate, I don't know how I got here. And then he's like, he just repeated himself, and I was like, fucking conservatory doors open. I was in the conservatory. I fucking darted out, run out, got to like this road. I fucking bailed my mum. I said, all right, mum. She goes, where are you? I said, I don't know. I've just woken some random bloke's house and he's fucking shouting at me. She goes, well, how the fuck am I meant to help you if I don't know where you are? So, and then I'm like, all right, I'll just see. She's like, find a signpost or something. So I'm fucking running down the road with my phone.
Was it local?
Yeah, just off of
Egley Road?
Yeah. Going down towards the football Woking football ground.
Yeah.
So I'm running down. I said, oh, mum, I know where I am now. By the roundabout. All right, I'll see you in a minute. So I'm fucking running home. Anyway, I'll get to... I don't even know what it's called yet, but do you know that little side road off of coming towards our house?
Where
You
the
can
bus
cut down
stop, you can come in.
Yeah.
And they got the back alley bit down to your granddad's, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that little side road. I literally start running in there.
The old Bill.
Fucking old Bill. Wham! Straight up to me. Like skid stop in front of me and bent me over and put me in cuffs. And they're like, go on.
I'd stayed someone's house up. I don't want to say too much. Further up from that, you go back up, do the hard left. Yeah. Main road, back towards town.
Yeah.
You go up, you got the big bend left, didn't you? That goes up the hill where Forsden Court and all that is. The Litton Tree pub used to be there. With the doctors. Southview surgery.
You're on about which hill?
No. Go straight over the roundabout. Instead of turning left to which hill? Up, big left.
Up.
Yeah. I'd stayed there that night. Did you? Yeah, because I remember coming back and I saw the police. And I thought, and I remember ringing you. Because you thought you weren't going to get in the Navy. Do you remember?
No, I was already in.
Yeah, but you thought you were going to get kicked out or something was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'd broken entering or something. I can't remember. It was so long ago. I can remember the police and or you rang me. I can't remember. But I literally stayed at the road and I was coming back as that was going on. But I missed you.
That's funny that, because my mum come to look for me.
Yeah.
And then she saw me in cuffs up against the fucking cop car.
Yeah.
But then it transpired. I was talking to the geezer and I was like, look, mate, I've just finished my basic training in the Navy. I said, I've gone out for a few beers. I've obviously had a couple too many. I said, I don't know how the fuck I got in there. I said, you can search me. I've got nothing on me. He goes, mate, so you went to HMS Raleigh? I went, yeah. He goes, oh, one of my mates is up there. I said, no way. I said, what's their name? He goes, oh, so-and-so. I said, fuck off. I said, yeah, I've been working with her. Then we were having a chinwag. He goes, don't worry, mate, I'll get you out of this. As long as you ain't got nothing on you,
Yeah.
you're golden. And yeah, now it's golden. But fucking hell, twitchy bumhole moment.
You've been nicked though, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Twice. Drone.
Oh, yeah. Fucking terrorist.
I almost got drone out again the other night. And the other time, fucking doorbell going on.
Mate, his dad's come back to headbutt you again.
Fucking get a sharp one back, I tell you. And the other time, yeah, I accidentally a bottle might have slipped out of my hand and hit someone on the head.
Yeah, it happens.
It does
when
happen.
They're wet.
But yeah.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, I remember because I like downed the drink first, brewed the bottle up, caught it, and then slipped and hit him.
Yeah.
But I feel like I had a great solicitor because I got our way with it.
Do you remember when I got nicked in town for watching a fight? And I got pinned down around that back KFC bit. You know that little alley goes to the back of the car park? We come out, and I was fucking hell, they're having it there. Just watching. And I remember the cop was just grabbing me, and I was like, you can get fucked. So I gave it a bit back, and I had like fucking 2 on each arm, and my legs, and they pushed me on. It was cold. I remember it being really cold. They were pushing their knee into my back, and I was like, mate, I ain't even done anything. They cuffed me. Well, I grabbed his vest when I was on my back, grabbed him, and as soon as I grabbed his vest like that, bang, bang, I was like, oh, cunt. No, fuck.
Schoolboy.
And then they had me on the floor, and my shirt was all torn up. And I said to the guy who's like with me, I said, can you sit me up, mate? Just put me on the curb. I said, I ain't even done nothing. I was just watching, and I get banged up. Sits me on the curb. I can't remember. I
feel like it sounds familiar.
Sat me on the curb, and I said, here, my fags are in that pocket. Any chance can I have a fag? And he's like, yeah, if you can get it out. And I was like, oh, I can't really. Like, he helped me out, got my lighter out, and I was smoking my fag, and I was just chatting to him. And the guy who's like in charge of all the coppers there, they've got everyone in handcuffs. He's like, right, this one up. And I was like, what do you mean this one? I ain't done nothing. And they, either side, they grabbed me, and then they put their arm like through and then on my shoulder. So I'm like hung over like this. He's marched me towards the fucking van, and I was like, I ain't going in that. But like panic mode sets in a little bit, because you think, fuck, if they can lock me up, what else can they say that I've done? I ain't done nothing. Ended up just chatting to the guy, and he was like, oh, just fuck off home then, mate. Took the handcuffs off and told me to go home.
Too much paperwork, that's why.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything. Just watching. I had nothing. I don't even know who was fighting. But I got fucking banged straight off. You cunt. Ripped my shirt and everything. It was one of them like tartan shirts with, you know, the hood.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shabby ones, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, well, cunt. Couldn't believe it.
One of my little trademarks in town was the old something starts kicking off. Wang! Ripped shirt, fucking up where I go.
No.
Amount of shirts I fucking went through. In the end, I got a bit savvy to it, and I was like, mate, it's costing me money keep ripping shirts. I can't afford beer now.
I would always wear a vest under my shirt on a night out.
I know you did.
Always. And I don't know why. Someone told me to do it once, and I just always did. And I remember coming out of RS for a fight once. I remember, fucking hell, I felt it. I said, here, I rolled that. And the bouncer, he was like, all right. Held that. I went, whack. I said, my shirt. Put my shirt back. I felt like a fucking king. I didn't do it. I didn't even do anything good. It wasn't like, but I felt like it's a movie scene. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember walking back in just with the biggest set of bollocks I've ever had. Pint, please. Just fucking.
Yeah. I went for a stage of not wearing my glasses into town just because I was so worried about ending up with contact lenses where they get battered into my eyes.
Yeah.
Which is fucking ridiculous. Like, what? I'm almost like anticipating it. Well, it happened a lot.
Yeah, thing is, though, what you got, I think, is in Woking, then, not now, I don't think it's so bad because there's no nightclubs now. You had 1, 2, 3, 4 clubs, 5, including O'Neill's is a pub, but all kicking out at the same time in
all going up
one
high street.
One high street
to the bloody food kebabs.
Because you had your Mackey's, Diamond Kebabs, Subway. Your brother loved Diamond Kebabs. He used to get their burger all the time, and I used to see him in there, and that's when it would kick off.
Funny old thing.
Yeah, but anyway, we seem to have gone off subject, but it's coming up to that time now to fuck it off. And I do have a question for you this week, Ben.
Wait, has it been an hour?
It has, yeah.
Joking me?
No, seriously. Oh, see, told you, you're on a timer. The old meter's run out. Put your 50p in. I have a question for you, and you have to answer it.
Oh no.
You ready?
No.
you had to have sex with one Disney character, who would it be?
Have you thought about this before? Is Jessica Rabbit?
No, I don't think so.
Bollocks. I will have to choose.
Pluto, you little weirdo.
That's not princess.
No, just Disney character.
Well, you said Disney princess.
Did I? I meant Disney character, just any.
I don't know. Fucking Mana.
Welcome.
And on that note, we're off. See you later. Bye.
This ain't a great content, but I tried my best. That's all I can say, right?